In this warm-up, I'm reviewing the warm-up to introduce a lesson on finding the solutions to a graph, whether it's one line on the graph or two lines on the graph, because we're going into systems of equations for this unit, and being able to state those solutions to two lines on the graph or a system of equations. And then in the closure part of the lesson, being able to state the solutions if it's two graphs that aren't lines. And so I asked the students how many solutions there are on the line below. The students make a common mistake sometimes telling me, oh, there's two solutions, because they visually see 2 points with 0, 4, and 3, 5. And we talk about, well, you can draw a line with 2 points, but how many points are actually, or how many solutions are actually on that line? Why does a line have arrows on both ends? Because it goes infinitely in both directions. And so how many solutions would there be on that line? And there's an infinitely amount of solutions. So if they go ahead and write infinitely many, and if I ask them to state the solutions, of course, they can visually see 0, 4 and 3, 5. And actually, you also can see at the integer coordinates 6, 6 is also a solution. And if I ask them to write the equation for the line above, they will write, they find the y-intercept and the slope. Well, the slope is just 1 up and 3 to the right, so that's going to be 1 over 3. And the y-intercept is crossing at 4, so the equation would be y equals 1/3 x plus 4. And then I ask them, well, is there a way to check it algebraically that these are definitely solutions to this line? Yes, you can plug them into the equation or substitution. I try to use that keyword a lot in this unit and when I'm talking about plugging in numbers, even though a lot of times they will refer to it as plugging in instead of substitution. But if I plug in 0 for your x, what would you get 4 for y? Well, if you plug in 0 for x, 1/3 times 0 is 0, plus 4 is 4. If we check the solution 3, 5, if you plug in y would equal 1/3 times 3, which is just going to be 1, and then add 4, 1 plus 4 would be 5, so 3, 5 would also be a solution. And then the last check would be y equals 1/3 times 6. Well, 6 divided by 3 is going to be 2, and then you add 4, and 2 plus 4 is going to be 6, so the last solution also checks.